You need to start saving your money. People know how like you're non-confrontational, and because your mom took advantage of you in some sort of way to keep, because a toxic parent that exists, a deadbeat mom, toxic toxic parents. Shoot. So your parent could feel like because they had you, all of the things that they wanted to accomplish was stripped from them, especially if they didn't have the father around. So they had to do everything by themselves, and they weren't able to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish because they had a child. So you growing up, you have no, like, this is your fresh start. You don't have the problems that they have. So they try to create problems for you so that they also took your stuff from you and gave you their stuff. So now you a 10-year-old dealing with 50-year-old problems. Not literally, but so they're saying like, if I didn't get to live my life, you're not about to get to live your life. And people saw that, so they tried to do the same thing. But the problem is, that's your mom. You weren't aware of it or whatever. But with other people, it's like, you don't have that same effect over me, so now I'm not about to allow it to happen. Back in the day, did you try? So it's like they made a bad decision, but did you try to fix it, or did you try to learn from it, or did you try to, what did you do to try to make sure your life was okay? So yeah, you told God that you was willing to do things for this, like you wanted to work for him and be of him, and nobody liked that because you was actually doing it. But when they try to do it, they can't do it, and it don't work out for them because they're not letting go of things that they're holding on to. Sometimes it's a possibility that they can't let it go because, like, marriage, if you married to somebody, it could be a messy divorce, and just everything they worked hard for could easily be taken away from them because of what a messy partner wanted to happen. If they can't mend what they hurting you, then thank you next. So if you get into a reunion with this person and they can't say sorry or be genuine about it, and then, you know, and it starts with communicating. You have to talk about it before you can actually move on to forgiving somebody, because that'll let you know how they really feel. If they don't want to talk, or the excuses that they try to make, like, they were expecting you to fail because of what they thought they knew about you, but they didn't really know how powerful you were. They thought that because in the 3D you were quiet and non-combative and all that stuff, that they could take advantage of you, which it worked in the beginning. But you know, having a baby changes you. You sleep deprivation, and you be feeling like you be just worried about a bunch of stuff. Go make them think about it. Bless you. The new you. Main chick. You didn't realize that you were being an honorary side chick. Because if a dude is messing with a female and they say, oh, it's not serious, or I'm not really, you don't know, especially if you don't know how long they've been together, you can't mess with somebody who has somebody, because you don't know the dynamic of their relationship, and he could have just been using you as revenge sex. Love and respect. You have too much love and respect for your family members to just go off on them, because you know that they're dealing with some inner issues and it's not necessarily about you. So you just rather end all communication with them because they're showing that they don't care about hurting your feelings or whatever, or you would just rather keep your hard work and blessings than deal with them. If you didn't know, now you know. So silence is everything. Silence is everything. Mind, body, spirit, and soul. That's how you get right with God. You have to cleanse your mind, body, spirit, and soul. You have to go through your life and right your wrongs. It's never too late to do that. It's just, will you have good intentions when you do it? So they try to make you make bad decisions so you can be unchosen. And that almost happened, because by you allowing people to throw dirt on your name and rumors, and you don't clear it up and all that stuff like that, even spiritually, if you hear somebody say, oh, just a bunch of stuff, you have to correct it, even in spirit. Even in spirit, they're just trying to get you to lose your place so that they could, I don't know, because once they get you to your level, their level, what's going to happen? Because they can't benefit off from you no more. It's time to celebrate, because you are healing and you stand to your journey. So it's like, for me, it's been 3 months, so like a 3-month anniversary. Don't give up. Family and friends, it's a similar situation, and they're guilty because of the stuff that they did to you. Like, you could be talking about this third-party situation, but because your family did something similar to it, they feel like that they got caught. So now they're trying to check up on you and see, like, what's my karma, what's this, that, and the third. And it's like, first of all, I'm not talking about you, but now I know what you did to me, and that makes sense. So now I'm finna cut you off. That's your karma, me cutting you off. And now you got to deal with your own stuff. Birds of a feather flock together. The 10 Commandments. And they feel like because they didn't do it in the 3D, that they won't get punished for it, because they did steal your gifts and pass it off as their own. They did lie on you not to protect you, but to make you look bad, and that's not a good thing. This is what I was saying earlier. The karmic female felt betrayed by the stud, because the stud promised this karmic relationship if she got the masculine to not go towards this feminine. And it was just, the stud never planned on being with this karmic, because she's already bisexual. She wanted to have fun with this divine feminine to try to turn her gay, like that whole experience. Seeing beyond illusions. I ran into this dude, and when I was like, I didn't even want to be in a relationship with him, but it was just the simple fact of having a relationship with somebody and I call myself a faithful thought, to where, like, even if we friends with benefits, I would mess with you and only you, because I didn't want to be jumping from person to person. So when I ran into him again with a clear mind, he said, dang, why you being so mean? And I'm like, what? But first you were saying I was being too friendly, being too nice. But now that I cut you off, I'm being mean. And then he was just trying to find a way. Well, it wasn't never that, because when we smoked, he would always think we would have sex after. And then I tested him by saying, okay, I'm going to smoke and then dip. Like, I don't want to have sex anymore. Like, I just want to smoke and chill. And before, he was like, oh, I ain't with that. You can't do me like that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I cut him off. Now he's talking about, oh, no, that's cool. We could chill and smoke and, hang out and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I'm cool on that. And every excuse he had in the book. Then he was like, remember that time you said that you liked me and you wanted me and blah, blah, blah. You knew and you didn't pursue it. So what you bringing it up for now? Because I cut you off. Younger female energy. She low-key looked up to you because she realized now that she has a baby, she can't do the same things that she did before she had a child, because it's different consequences now, because you have an earth angel watching you, and that's what's giving you your karma. So by her copying you, it's making her better. But she's also trying to throw it in your face like, you didn't say it first. So when it comes down to it, people going to say that you're copying me. You on do not disturb. You are unbothered. You're not worried about this karmic female and this masculine, because if he really wanted to come to you, then he would. But because of the child, that's why he's staying there, because I know with his baby mama that I heard spiritually that he wants to make sure that his baby mama is okay enough to take care of his child. A 4-page letter, pen pal, money. Continue to heal. You might not understand now, but it will make sense when you need it. Financial blessings, big lotto. So butter you up. So they try to butter you up and make excuses for what, I don't know. They just, before you realize what was happening, the way that they would get your blessings is by buttering you up, trying to share information with you so you feel like you could let down your guard and share information with them. And then by you trusting this person, you share too much information. But you did realize, like, every time I share information with you, something happened. Something happened, and yeah. That's why you have to cut family off too, because you be trusting them with your information and they just trying to pass it off as theirs so they can receive your blessing. Then I try to read into you and tell you stuff that you already know so they can seem like they helping you. But it's stuff that you already know. It's just like you know something in January and it don't come into play until June, but they tell you in May something. It's like, how you know before it's supposed to happen? So you allow them to enjoy that, because when yours come in June, you enjoy yours, and then that's when they get their karma, and then they start being upset at you, because it's like, how do you always, like, because once you figure it out, you still remain you, like it never affected you. The next level in healing, because walking away was the first level, now your next level of healing is like past traumas and cutting people off, and they're saying, oh, you little Miss Goody Two Shoes, you're not God, why you think you always got the answer for something? And it's like, your faith is stronger, you believe, your beliefs are stronger, and they're trying to get you not to believe and have faith because of all the money that you get in. Follow through with the mission. So because this karmic female is in too deep, she might as well keep going, because even though the karmic clique abandoned her, she still has this masculine, because she knows that by this baby possibly being masculine, that divine feminine is holding on to him. That's what she's hoping and banking on, but she's not getting anything from divine feminine, and because she's just worried about when she gonna have to go back to not being able to find access to the masculine. You survived through everything that was supposed to kill you. You went into isolation. You realized that people are not there for the benefit of your good. You're not receiving any support from people that claim to be on your side. So you have to do things for yourself. And maybe you was afraid of being alone and not having nobody there to help you. And that was the very thing that, face your fears. They're upset because you don't have many things to worry about. So they're trying to get you to have to. So like, if you're getting money, they're trying to get you to mismanage your money, because they see that you're gonna need that money for a rainy day one day. So they trying to play off of you. The game over in 3, 2, 1. Movies and songs, they're not understanding, because they're so far. They're using black magic to see ahead, so they could know how to finesse you now, so that they could reap the benefits of what you get when you get it. But they're not understanding that you watch a lot of movies and listen to music, and those things are what they think is coming for you. And that's why they make decisions based off of that. And then when it don't happen, they feel like, oh, I did all this for nothing. And then they get in their feelings and try to get revenge from you. Yeah, they try to pretend like the blessings that they bring to you are theirs, but it's really yours. So you deactivated your social media because they were social media watching. They were stalking you on social media. So the people you cut off are trying to use people that you still talk to get to you, to try to get information from you. But it could be somebody calling you like, hey, I'm just checking on you and the kids, how you doing? But whole time they on three-way with somebody that you tried to cut off. And that could be another reason why your blessings ain't coming through. With this masculine, be open to connect, because with everybody pretending to be each other, things are getting confused and messed up and all that stuff like that. So when you and masculine have this face-to-face conversation, things will get clear and he will understand. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to stop you from seeing this masculine face to face. You're alone, but you're not lonely. So they're trying to throw the fact that they got this masculine and they're I wanted to say a fake happy couple. You did your healing, like relationship healing. You did all of that. So now you need to focus on what you expect from life. You realize how people operate and move, and they're not really in it for you because they feel like they're not good enough for you. But I don't know. It's just explaining further of how this clique came about with this plan, and it didn't go as planned. So they pulled back and left this karmic to do all the dirty work, because the karmic was the one doing the dirty work. They were just putting bugs in her ear. And it's that saying, like I said, I told you to do it, but that didn't mean you really had to do it. This masculine likes the way you carry yourself. He said you different from these karmics, and that's how I know that. He said I know what's going on, but for the sake of my child, I have to stay and deal with my karma. But because he stayed so long, now he's a part of it. Now he's a good guy. He's just trying to do, like, he's upset about it. Like, he's in his head too much about it instead of just doing it and going with it. Because if you talk to divine feminine and it don't work out, you still have this karmic. And he said, but this is not what I want. It's not fulfilling. It's draining me more than anything. I'm just pretending to be happy so that he wants you to come fight for him, because that's the only way that he'll get out. But you're protected because you don't know what to believe. Don't play me because you got played. That's what you're being protected from, being played because somebody else got played. Because if he did, like, it's weird. Y'all was friends with benefits, and he was ending it with his baby mama, but you didn't know what was really going on with them. So you thought that this karmic masculine who was a part of the plan, you went with him too. You went with this masculine, this karmic masculine. And that's what this divine masculine is in his feelings about. He said it's your fault because I told you not to mess with him and you messed with him anyway. But if this karmic masculine was pretending to be divine masculine, how was divine feminine supposed to know your money is coming? But the very thing that this divine masculine is judging divine feminine for allowing people to use her and abuse her and all the stuff he judged her for, he's going through with this karmic female. And that's why he says this is his karma, because he knows what he thought about divine feminine, why he didn't choose her. So once he goes through with this, then he'll come back to divine feminine with his head straight, because he know divine feminine don't play that. She not finna. No, think before you react. Make you think something happened, so you do it, and then that gives them the right to take revenge on you. They still have to pay. They thought you had a soft spot for them, but they still got to pay for what they did to you, because you're not about to keep... Yeah, you're not about to keep not receiving your blessings that you worked hard for. Pre-screening. So you never know who's watching you, how long they've been watching you, trying to see, like, if I get her to do this, how she, like, just trying to see what they could get you to do. Watch for the return. Because this masculine could be returning because the karmic female told him what happened, and he feels like he missed the opportunity with divine feminine, and he don't want to start over or be alone. So he might come to you to try to get all of that information and take it back to this karmic female. He says anything he can do to get released. It is time. Is it worth it? You had to make a decision to see if fighting for this divine masculine was even worth it, because these karmics, they don't fight fair, especially using black magic. So it could have possibly ended in you going to jail and losing everything that you worked hard for. Like, yeah, jail. They tried to get you to go to jail so you could be homeless, and that you would have to, when you got out, you would have to start over. Because in the beginning, when they first got together, when this karmic and masculine first got together, you didn't know that she was pregnant. And if you would have fought for this masculine and fought her, and she said, "Bitch, I'm pregnant," da, 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 you could have, shoot. Control those emotions. Thanks for showing me the difference. So divine feminine is telling divine masculine, thanks for showing me the difference. And he's telling her too, because he didn't realize that he was being finessed. He thought that these females actually cared about him. Like he was spiritual. Like you and divine masculine were on the same level of spiritual. Like whatever you put out into the universe, you weren't thinking about people and how they could manipulate you and finesse you and all these things. And that's why they say opposites attract. Because if you were somebody with similar issues as you, they know how to finesse you because they've been finessed. So they know how to finesse you into doing certain things because that's what somebody did to them to get them to do things. And if you're not aware of what's going on, they'll get you to do the same things that they got done to them. So that's why opposites attract. Too many people, monkey see, monkey do. So too many people came into Divine's feminine, her mindset, thought process, or whatever, and tried to take from her. So she's feeling like, oh, I'm doing a good deed, God, I'm helping out your people to, see the light, because they want to, they were just taking your blessings and pretending. And then because they were pretending to be you, and you put in the work, like everything happened to make it seem like it was actually you. So setting goals for yourself later, yeah. Like if there's a goal set for June and they bring it to you in May, don't accept it, because that's them watching you. So when you do receive something, you can feel like, oh, you helped me, I'm finna help you, but you don't even have it to give to them. They just being greedy because they already received it. So why are you trying to receive it again? No. Yes, good answer. Embarrassed about how they acted, seeing you makes them feel bad. Missing your voice and smell. Come on, cards, because it's pissing me off. They know if they get a reaction, they won, and you miss your blessings. Because if God say, okay, somebody's going to come to you and do this, that, and the third, if you can ignore them and find a different approach, then, that's an obstacle. They're trying to create obstacles to you. New connection. Fountain of youth. Because of how often you get knocked down, but you get back up again. They're trying to get you to get them out of this karma that they're in from taking your blessings, because thou shalt not steal, and that's a form of stealing as well. Because even God had expectations, that he had faith in you, that you would do what you said you would do. And because of that, people got jealous and envious. Like, so you have a direct contact with God. It's like, no, I have faith and I believe, and that's why It's not your problem anymore. They shouldn't have taken it. They shouldn't have done it. Envious how you figure out their stuff. They're trying to play mind games with you. They're trying to get you to be guilty and give in and say like, okay, I'll take it, I'll deal with it because you're right, I did play a part in it. No, I didn't figure out your stuff. I figured out mine. They're tired of bad karma, and they see how stress-free that you are because you're not out here doing black magic and all that stuff like that. So they see how stress-free you are, so they try to put obstacles in your way. Something simple. I want you to feel uncomfortable, so I want you to drop some glass and step on it. I want you to step on some Legos. I want you to, oh Lord, just to be uncomfortable. Yeah, that's the same thing. So they feel like because years went by and they got away with it, that they knew that when you started this spiritual journey that you were going to unfold everything and it was going to come to light. And then so every day, if you wake up every day and you go through these cards, that's a form of manifestation and meditating and cleansing yourself and all of that. And if you're doing that every day, clearing your name, they have to deal with karma every day. And if you don't give them a break of that, it could potentially put them in a low vibration, a mental jail, and they have things that they need to do. They can't be stuck in this mindset. Let me see. So you about to be put on. If you like music or if you've been working hard on YouTube, something's going to happen. You are free-spirited, and people put labels on that, call you a hoe, this and the third. And maybe you need to stop opening your legs to every person that comes around that you think is your person, because they could just, if everybody is an empath, they could pick up on your energy and pick up on all of that and pretend to be whatever it is that you're going for. So you can't believe everything that people say. They have to show. They have to. Sorry, not sorry. They're only sorry because they got caught. And by you not helping them, they're not sorry anymore. They're only like, it's like, if you help me, I can help you. But if you don't help me, I'm not going to help you. And it's like, I don't even know how to help you. Send me your location. If I'm going to die, I'm taking y'all with me. So okay. So say you have a big family. There's a bad seed in that family that is spreading these rumors about everybody because they're not going to receive what this divine feminine has coming to her because of what they did to her. So they're putting bugs in everybody else's ear about this divine feminine, getting this divine feminine to say stuff about these people. And it's like, first of all, that was in defense. I was defending you. Second of all, I didn't mean it like that. But since you want to go there, I'm going to let you have it. So the person that's not receiving nothing, like nothing, period, is setting traps for everybody because they're upset with themselves. So they're trying to tear down the family dynamic so nobody could depend on anybody because, yeah, ain't nobody looking out for them. So it's not necessarily dying, but it's like, if I'm not going to receive nothing, y'all not going to receive nothing. They're in the low vibration. So count your blessings. You never know what you have coming for you. You just know that you're counting it. Like, you worked hard for, okay, I got one blessing coming. So that's how, like, once you started this spiritual journey, it didn't make sense. I mean, it started, like, you started realizing that you were giving away your blessings. And it's like, well, I wasn't giving them away. And then that's when they call you a snitch. No, bitch. You deserve it. So maybe they deserve the karma that's coming to them, and you deserve the healing that you are, even though you are a powerful person, you didn't realize how powerful you were. And so every decision you made, it happened naturally. but every decision they made, they had to do black magic in order to get what they received. So it's like whatever you do, if you're okay, I'm gonna use as the PPP loan. If you can't pay them back and they come in and collect everything, even the stuff that you didn't use that money on, that's what they need to get their stuff back. So with making a deal with the devil and you're not able to cash in what it is that you put out, I forgot where I was going with this, but it's like, yeah. So instead of focusing on what they have, oh my goodness, I don't know. So they tried to take everything that was for you, everything you worked hard for, they took from you. So in the 5D, so now in the 3D, because they're not able to focus on what they need to focus on to keep their 3D, their materialistic things, because they're stuck in the spiritual world, because they took your blessing and now they got to figure it out, they got to prove it, and you're not helping them at all. Yeah, they're trying to use reverse psychology for you, and I don't want this to be long.